The Republic of China, or as I like to call it, the beautiful, free and democratic country of Taiwan, has 60 athletes competing in this year's Olympic Games in Paris. But once again, and this is a common theme, Taiwan has been completely humiliated on the world stage, because each and every one of these 60 athletes, they're not truly allowed to represent their own country. In fact, they've been forbidden from doing so. And who's to blame? China. What the hell is going on? So the Olympic Committee, in all of their wisdom, decided that if Taiwan is to compete in any Olympic Games or any sporting event as a national team, they're not allowed to call themselves Taiwan or the Republic of China. They have to go by the name Chinese Taipei.
You serious?
And why is this? Well, we all know that China claims Taiwan as part of their territory. They're constantly threatening to invade Taiwan. And China doesn't like Taiwan being able to represent itself in sporting events. So when Taiwan competes in the Olympic Games, they're not allowed to use their country's name. They're not allowed to use their national flag, and their national anthem isn't even allowed to be played just because China doesn't like it. It's crazy. So not being able to use your country's name and having to change it, not being allowed to use your own national flag, and not being allowed to use your own national anthem. And now the Olympic Committee is even giving the Taiwanese fans a hard time. Several days ago, I came across this video of a badminton match in the Paris Olympics between Taiwan and Denmark. There was a Taiwanese supporter in the audience. She was holding up a banner that was in the shape of the beautiful country of Taiwan. And on the banner it said, "Taiwan jiayou," which means, "Taiwan, let's go, come on Taiwan." Check out this video if you want to see how pathetic Chinese nationalism really is. So as we saw from that video, there's a Taiwanese supporter. She's holding up her banner. She's quite enthusiastic. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a guy just stands in front of her as if to block the banner off from view of anybody else. So she just moves up a step, holds her banner up, and the guy just tries to grab it and run away with it. And luckily, he's taken out by a security guard. But it looks like the woman, the Taiwanese supporter, didn't get her banner back. And this just really, really pisses me off. This guy is an absolute prick, right? And I hate to say it, but this is just the typical behavior of the Chinese nationalists, especially when it has something to do with Taiwan. Check out this clip. It's a bloody folk singing competition, and you can't even take Taiwan winning that. So China doesn't like Taiwan representing itself on the world stage, and that's fine, you know. I mean, They're allowed to not like Taiwan. I mean, you can understand why they're completely jealous, because Taiwan is by far the better country of the two. I mean, you know, that's fine. Be jealous all you like. But why does the whole world just bow down to China and let China get away with doing this ridiculous stuff that it keeps on doing? I mean, look at these doping allegations, this whole doping scandal. It's really just crazy, the things that China can get away with. I really don't get it. What's going on? China currently has 2 swimmers in this year's Paris Olympics who tested positive for a banned performance-enhancing anabolic steroid in 2022, but were cleared from sanctions after China's anti-doping authority cleared them. And wait a minute, China has an anti-doping authority? That is really funny. That's kind of like saying, oh, Harvey Weinstein is an advocate for feminism. That is so fucking ridiculous. And just to add insult to injury, the International Olympic Committee spokesperson Mark Adams said that all supporters and fans know the rules inside the venue, and you're only allowed to carry flags of countries and territories that are involved in the sporting event. So, what's the problem here then? This person was just showing the country of Taiwan, right? Taiwan is a country after all. And he also said that political slogans are forbidden. Where was the political slogan? Taiwan Jiayo, Taiwan come on. How is that a political thing? It's supporting a country, you idiot. It really is just so stupid. In the previous Olympic Games, which were held in Tokyo, there were 23 Chinese swimmers, and all of them tested positive for a banned substance months before the Games actually started. Apparently, it was from some contaminated food. Yeah, right. And the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, confirmed this. WADA? What a load of bullshit, if you ask me. So this banned substance that was found in the Chinese swimmer's blood is called trimetazidine, and I know I probably pronounced that wrong, but anyway, what it is it's a heart medicine that's used to treat angina. So what this banned substance does is it improves blood flow to the heart. It enhances the body's ability to use oxygen, and it heightens an athlete's physical endurance. Can you see now why China used this? Now, even though this whole China Olympic team doping scandal is quite sinister and really very disturbing, there's actually a funny side to all of this. Remember when I told you earlier that the Chinese Olympic team blamed tainted meat for the banned substance that was found in their athletes' blood? Well, guess what kind of meat it was? It was a hamburger that they ate in Beijing. First of all, this is absolute bullshit, no pun intended there, because I do not believe that for 1 second. And the second thing that makes this completely hilarious, if it's true, is that they have just exposed the abysmal food safety problems that China has. Just by admitting that the food was tainted, they have shown that China has some god-awful food safety practices. I mean, why on earth are they pumping a cow full of a medicine that's used to treat the heart condition angina? Are there a lot of cows in China with heart problems? Or maybe they just want to create this super cow, so when there's the cow Olympics, they can win a bunch of gold medals there? I don't know. It's a very strange one, isn't it? If the Chinese athletes are taking banned substances just to get an advantage in the Olympics, well, obviously that's not a good thing, right? But at the same time, I don't 100% blame them. And I just want to tell you why. This is not some crazy thing where I'm sympathizing with a bunch of cheaters or anything, but there's a reason behind it, and I just want to let you know. The Chinese Communist Party have created a society where cheating is just a normal part of life, and especially if it's to win something. If you can cheat to win something, then why not? Because winning is the most important thing to them. And if you lose in China, then you're a nothing, you're a nobody. It's a shame, you lose face. And unfortunately, it's the same thing in the Olympics, because winning that gold medal is the most important thing for them. And heaven forbid they don't get that gold medal and they actually get a silver or a bronze. When they return home, they are ridiculed. So I guess you could compare China's Olympic team to that of the Soviet Union back in the day. A lot of the athletes, they're identified from an early age. They're kind of born and bred to be an athlete, to represent their country and their government. And all they know is training for this one Olympic sport that they've been doing for their whole life. And that is a hell of a lot of pressure to put on somebody. And when they don't win, when they don't get that gold medal and they get a measly silver medal, that is absolutely devastating for them. It completely crushes them and destroys them. So I guess now you can kind of understand why I said it's kind of understandable why they cheat. Not that cheating is a good thing, but unfortunately, this is just the climate that they've been raised in. Anyway, getting back to the original point of this video, the guy who was trying to block the girl holding up her Taiwan Jiayou banner is a perfect analogy for how the CCP behaves. They are trying to block Taiwan from the Olympics because they're afraid. They're afraid of everything that Taiwan represents. They hate freedom. They hate democracy. They hate all of the wonderful values that the Taiwanese people have, and they will do anything to try and block that, including not allowing Taiwan to represent itself at the Olympics. So this is why I'm choosing to boycott the Olympics this year, because I am fed up with the way that the Olympic Committee is behaving and the way that they just allow China to get away with all of this crap. So that's why I've decided not to watch the Olympics, because I support freedom, democracy, and I support the wonderful country of Taiwan. Anyway, guys, that's it for another video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that cool stuff, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.